I'm Lorena and I wanted to do a tutorial on another block called Courthouse Steps. I just finished my beautiful quilt for my son. I just finished the top. I haven't really finished quilting it and binding it and any of that. But in the back, this is a log cabin with a twist. I did a video on it before. So I wanted to do another video. Everybody really loved the color variations, the style of the quilt or the block itself. So I wanted to do another variation of how to do this kind of colorful block with a center block within it. And so here we are. Let me show you the panel again. And so this is the panel that I'm going to use. I have tons of it left over, and I wanted to show another way of making something out of this wonderful little pattern or panel. And so here is the panel. It's called Courthouse Steps, and I hope you can see it. Now the neat beauty of this block or this quilt when it's finished is you're going to have almost like an oval shape variation of coloring going up and down the quilt. And so here's my Wanda woman. And so I'm going to do a tutorial on how to make this block, and I hope that you really like it. I'm really excited. This quilt turned out awesome. I can't wait to see my son using it. And later on I'm going to show pictures of him snoring on it and sleeping and being, goofy on it. So have a great day. I hope you like this tutorial. This is 45 wide and I'm cutting 1.5 inches. Just like the log cabin with the twist. It's the same measurement and the same cutting. So here's my strip. And you only need one strip per block to do the courthouse steps. And now we're doing the other color. Here's my other colors. I have the bright green, aqua, and the blue. And so here I already trimmed it off, and I'm gonna cut this fabric 1.5. Didn't get it off. And so here are my colors, and here's, well, if I could do my job right? So here are my colors that I'm going to use for the courthouse steps. And we'll go to the sewing machine next. What you're going to need is your strips, and I already had them cut 1.5 inches wide, and as long as you can get them. And then here's my yellow. So the way we're going to start is you're going to sew the yellow on the top and the yellow on the bottom. And then you're going to add the green to the sides, and we're going to build out. So let's get started on the sewing machine. I have my block, and I'm going to face down my material, my bright yellow. And I'm going to go ahead and sew. Let me get my foot. A straight seam. Now I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to cut it with my scissors. And I'm going to go ahead and add the bottom. Seam. Then I'm going to cut this. I just sewed my green pieces and I'm ironing them out, and I hope you could see this. Here's the other green piece. I did one color at a time, but on the courthouse steps you can kind of do both. 2 colors at one time. Sew them and then go back and iron them. And so now I'm going to add this third block to this space right here. So I'm going to go to the sewing machine. So here I'm sewing the second row of warm colors. And I'm going to cut it. I find the best way to cut it is when I reverse the fabric, so I see the brightness of the color. And now I'm going to add this color to this. I'm going to fold it over, and I'm going to go back and sew it again. And so here I am. I have it there. And really all this is straight stitching. Everybody liked this block at the church. It is just a little bit more time consuming for some reason, other than half square triangle or other blocks. And then I'm going to go back and iron it. And after I iron it, I'm going to add the other green. And I'll come back for that. Now I'm adding this green to this block. I didn't show how to do this one. It's the same thing. But I'll go ahead and show it. I already added one of the green. And now I need to add the other one. And so it's just, here's a straight line. And that's, you're just going to seam it down. So here it is. I'm going to iron it. And then you iron out. Once you have both and now I'm going to add this orange to the top. And I like cutting from the fabric so I could see exactly a straight line. And I'm going to add my bottom piece. Now I'm going to iron it. My second aqua, and I just want to keep on showing you the process of how you do this. And just keep adding, and you're doing straight stitch. This is a great block to learn how, especially for beginning piecers and quilters. This is a great block to learn how to do a completely straight line on your 1/4. Because you learn how to do a consistent straight line. Now I'm adding this last red. And we're going to go ahead and just iron it out. And we're going to go ahead and sew this beautiful blue. I'll go ahead and sew it, and then I'll come back to the finished product. Alright. I'm sewing my last blue piece. So this is my finished block. It's a 13.5 by 13 when it's completely done. And so this is my Batman quartz house step block.